Hello everyone. Update on my Madness PC. So the first thing I wanted to change was that RaptorX. So I changed RaptorX for this Kingston 120GB M.2. This is HCI, and as you can see it uses a SATA cable. However, it doesn't need any power because it connects to PCIe and it draws power from it directly. So PCIe powers both my M.2 drives. So this is my first upgrade I did. Now the second one is probably more important, at least for me, because this is my Auril Vortex 2. Now it's a really fine card, it does everything I want it to. However, the quality in those games, sound quality in those games isn't that great, let's call it that. And because of this, I've bought one of these. This is a Dream Blaster X2. It's a MIDI module you can plug to your sound card if it has a Wave Blaster header. So this is a header, this is the header right here, and you go like this, and there you go. Isn't it look cool? I think it looks awesome right there. Sound card with a PCB on top. Awesome stuff. Now I won't tell you what it does. I simply will put a video right here for you to hear and show what it does exactly. If you want any detailed info, you can search on the web for it, if you are interested, of course. So sound card is plugged in. Now this is my new CompactFlash card, a bit faster than the old one. However, I wanted to have a backup so that if one goes bad, I also have a second copy. Basically plug it in just like the old one, nothing changed there. And the last part is this. This is adapter for CompactFlash. However, this adapter uses SATA connection instead of IDE. It's really important for me because this PC cannot boot on NVMe drive, so Windows 7 and Windows 10, if the IDE controller is enabled in BIOS. Of course, this is a problematic question if I want to change files on the CompactFlash while I am logged in Windows 7 or Windows 10. So that was not an option. That's why I did this. Now we have everything connected, so let's power it on and see what happens. Source for video, always a good thing to check beforehand. Okay, so we have the transient card. Those are my settings for DOS, nothing changed there. I simply did a one-to-one copy, so no problems there. Settings are the same. CPU configuration didn't change at all. Devices, this is the Marvel controller, the J Micron, sorry, not Marvel, my bad. The J Micron controller that needs to be on if I want to boot into Windows 98 or DOS, and it's also creating the problems with my NVMe drive. Oh, and last thing, yes, it's in. Okay. And we are starting MS-DOS. Now, this is something I did for multiple reasons. However, most important one is compatibility. Basically, this is a boot menu, startup menu, for MS-DOS that loads certain drivers only. In Windows you can do this with msconfig, for example. However, DOS doesn't have that, so you have to do something like this. Now, standard configuration loads the basic drivers like M.2 and mouse driver. Yes, I have a mouse in my DOS. I'm cool like that. So yeah, this is my Config.sys file. However, I will show you guys the Autoexec file first, because this is where my Qt mouse is loaded from. Qt mouse is the driver for mouse. So this is my Auril Vortex 2 initiation line. Under it is the driver that's loaded for DOS, and the last line is for emulation of Sound Blaster. Okay, this is Autoexec. Now let's do Config.sys. As you can see, this is where the menu comes from. Basically, common. This is the required for the common, as the name suggests, drivers that you want to use in all your menus. Now under it we have the menu itself. You simply type in menu item and name. How many menu items you want to have, it's up to you. Under it we have the default menu. So which menu is the default that DOS will use, and under that we have the name of the menu and which driver it should load, basically. So the standard is the M.2 only, and the no MES is M.2 with EM386 exe. This program is quite important for some later DOS games. However, in older ones it may present a compatibility problem. That's why it's good to have one configuration with it and one configuration without it. Okay, now quick game so that the Wave Blaster module does indeed work. Let's do monkey ut. I hope you guys can hear it. Okay. Other game I tested is Day of the Tentacle, and it's in my next video, or should be at least. Okay, so this is my DOS setup so far. I will be adding stuff to it and so on, so I keep you guys posted on that. Now let's do the Windows 2000 and Windows XP. Let's see how fast they can run out of this SSD that I have. So, overclocking profile. Let's do Windows 2000 first. And booting. Yeah, it doesn't see it. That's why you have to save the configuration, let it restart, and then select the boot disk you want to use. You can short it with F8. However, I want to show you guys how it looks, so you guys know what to expect if you want to copy my setup right here. Okay. Hard disk drives, there it is. And as you can see, now it's booting from not the right one. So let's do this, and I will show you also my storage configuration. As you can see, there is HCI mode enabled, and this should do the trick. Oh, I should add the Qt mouse in the DOS mode requires mouse that supports PS2. So you can use either a PS2 mouse natively, or you can use the USB one. However, USB one needs to have the PS2 legacy electronic inside. So if it doesn't work with, for example, the USB to PS2 adapter, the green one, it will not work in DOS with Qt mouse. It simply will not be visible to it. And nothing can be done to bypass it. You need a legacy enabled mouse to use in DOS. By the way, I'm using RX250 from Logitech. But let's back to... Oh, come on. There we go. Let's get back to Windows 2000. So, sound works. And let's do ATTO benchmark, why not? So you guys can see this is an SSD that's quite capable, I think. It's really nice SSD. It's cheap, it's small, it doesn't require an active cooling. However, I'm using it because I need it. But yeah, it's not required. So C drive is my Windows 2000 partition, and let's start the benchmark. So we have 15 megabytes per second on the half size. Now this drive is capable of 460 megabytes per second read speeds and around 280 write. However, that's continuous, and the second part is it needs SATA 3 to get to that speed. Of course, this board doesn't have SATA 3, so I'm limited to around 300 megabytes per second. This is 300, of course, in theory. In practice, it's 280, I believe. However, this drive does, yeah, 275. This is the read speed I'm talking about right now. Yeah, 278. Oh, yeah. And 200 megabyte write. Of course, 280 is higher, however, it needs SATA 3 to do it. So in SATA 2 mode, it's a bit less. However, I'm happy with 200 megabytes per second. with this setup I'm using. It's plenty fast enough, and it's an SSD, so that counts, I hope. Now Windows 2000 and Windows XP doesn't support trim or any garbage collection in program, at least. So the only optimization the drive can do is what it can do without operating system supporting it. This is suboptimal, of course, as it will make the drive slower with time. You can prevent that, at least I will prevent that, because I have Windows 7 and Windows 10 available at moment's notice, and they do support trim and garbage collection, so yeah, easy. So let's blow out a bit. There you go. 280 megabytes, 285 around that, and 205 megabytes write speeds. Yeah, pretty good. Don't save. Okay, now let's restart. Oh, I should do the CompactFlash, how fast it is. Okay, so let's get back to those for a minute. I will also show you what I mean by compatibility with programs. So profile, DOS profile loaded. Okay, transcend. Now this time I will load no EMS, just so you guys can see what it does. So we have, of course, everything works just like the last time. However, when I try to use the DOS bench and SpeedSys 4.98, the 78, sorry, you will get a notice that remove EM386 or other driver from memory, and smart drive is found, remove it from memory, and CPU is in protected mode. Now this will prevent program from working. As you can see, several tests cannot be performed. So let's see what tests can be performed. So the basic CPU test is performed, however the program skips the cache benchmark. Well, I don't need it right now, I only need the drive test so you guys can see how fast is my new card. As you can see, it's a bit faster than the last one, 20 megs per second. Really nice. Okay, and the score itself, 5470 and 8700 for the CPU. Okay. Let's exit this. Can I show you guys something more? Yeah, let's do one game that uses the mouse. So this is Command and Conquer. I hope you guys heard about this at least. As you can see, it works. Mouse is here, it's not going anywhere. And I can select and move. Yeah, works fine. I can select all my troops and go higher. Yep, works. Okay, let's do the Windows 7. No, not Windows 7, Windows XP, sorry. So exit this and restart. Of course, DOS games and DOS doesn't have something like restart. I simply Ctrl-Alt-Delete command. Oh, I need to. Okay, go to BIOS again, load the profile for Windows XP. Windows XP profile loaded. And check boot devices. Of course, it's not right again. Now it's right. Okay, okay. And Windows XP. Now Windows XP is of course Windows that does use the GTX 780 Ti. I have. So I need to change my video again, input, sorry. Now let's do CrystalDiskMark on this drive. As you can see, I'm using 5.5 version, one test, and let's change the language so that you know what I doing. Yeah. And crystal disk info. And my drive is this one, Kingston. As you can see, trim features is available, however it's not working. Those are the parameters, and let's run the test. $283 with read. That's in line with the ATTO benchmark in Windows 2K. And the most important one, 30 megabytes per second, because the Windows operating system does use the 4K files a lot more than higher capacity ones. And the last test. Yeah. Okay. Let's do one more. This time HD Tune Pro. However, I will do the random access. This is how it works on a Raptor second generation that I'm using as Windows 98 drive. As you can see, it takes a bit of time, and I don't know if you can hear it, but drive is really working hard right now. Now this is standard. Now let's see how the SSD compares. So let's change this to my Kingston drive and click. Oh, sorry, wrong test. This is it. And done. Oh, this is so cool. And yeah, the one meg test still going. Now it's random. That's why everyone loves their SSDs. Yes, finished. So we have 32 megabytes per second tops. This is hard disk. This is the RaptorX. No, not RaptorX. The Raptor normal, second generation Raptor. And this is the SSD. Yeah, a bit better, I'd say. and SSD is higher capacity, so that's nice as well. You don't need really big drives for any of this operating system stuff, so yeah. Okay, let's do Windows 7 or Windows 10. Windows 10 I think is better option. Basically I want to show you guys how the the SATA to CompactFlash adapter works. Oh, sorry about that. Now I have to change the input once again. Oh crap. I think I slept over it. Sorry. Once again. So, overclocking profile, Windows 7. Now boot check. General, yes. Okay. Exit. And this will load automatically. Now let's find my compact flash card. And use Windows Server. Now, just like in Windows XP, I will have to change my window to other video input. There we go. And we are inside Windows Server. Because who does Windows 10 when you can have this? Okay. Now, the important part. This is my compact flash, the old one, 1 gig, nothing fancy. And the adapter, so you go like this. There we go, and push it inside. Green diode is there, and when I go to my PC, there you have MS-DOS. Now, just so that you know I'm not cheating on anything, when I go to hardware and disk drives, there you go, compact flash 1 gig, and there is no transcend disk or anything like that, because and my 80 gig 74 gig Raptor is also not here. That's because the controller is disabled. Yep. And when I'm done, I simply switch it off. I remove the compact flash card. Oh, so you can do it like this, or you should do it like this. This is the lever you press. And there you go. CompactFlash. I don't like to do this with system powered on, because you can easily cause a short if you touch something, because this is a powered adapter and the pins are quite a bit over the PCB, so be careful. Okay, this is it, I think. All I have for now, at least. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon, I hope.